Hello, my name is Brett Bolden, and I'm the Marketing Director for WINS, which stands for Wireless Instrumentation Systems. Today I'm going to be talking about Wimo, our wireless monitoring downhole gauge. And what is Wimo? It's the world's first practical wireless production monitoring system. The reason I say this is because it measures not only pressure and temperature, but also flow rate, and it does it with no repeaters because of its novel telemetry. It also has a solar-powered surface system, so we can easily bring that information from the surface to your smart devices or into your operator database system. So how does the telemetry work on Wimo? It's a pressure pulse telemetry. We start with flow coming from the reservoir, which comes through a turbine, which turns a generator, which powers up electronics. And so we can then pulse width modulate a load to ground, which backwards puts load on a generator, which puts resistance on a turbine, which creates pressure pulses, which propagate up the tubing string. And those pressure pulses can be read at the surface with a high-speed pressure transducer. So it's a very innovative type of pressure pulse telemetry, but it's still based on the same basis as mud pulse telemetry and drilling. Okay, so the applications you would use this in primarily are in permanent downhole gauge replacements, or in multi-zone horizontal systems, whether it be injection or completion production capabilities. And as the produced fluid goes through the Wimo tool, it propagates the communication to the surface. Or in these horizontal applications, these are not repeaters, these are multiple inflow devices. If you want to know what the flow rates are at different places in your multi-zone well, then several Wimo tools in the well would be able to tell you that. Here's our surface communication system. It's a small footprint, it's solar powered, it's IEC Zone 1 certified, and it uses cellular telemetry to securely get your data to your desktop devices or into your operator's database. And we also have a dashboard system so that you can visualize the data, or if you have your own system, we'll load the data into that system as well. And here's how we hang the Wimo system in the wellbore. We can set it to a nipple with a lock configuration. This is an Otis X, or could use a Baker Sure set. And we adapt that to the Wimo tool, and we can slick line this into place and lock it in place. Or if you don't have a nipple, we can use a nippleless style, which will be a Halliburton EvoTrieve or a Baker Hughes NPR plug. Adapter to that, run this in the hold-on electric line, set it. As long as the flow goes through the inlet and out the outlet, all the flow, then you get an accurate flow rate measurement as well. So here's what the electronics module of the Wimo tool looks like. Notice that this is the main electronics board on top, and it has two more boards on the other side. And you'll see the copper and aluminum chassis and components. This is all for thermal dissipation, because these pulse width modulated switches, there's 10 of them here, all generate heat. And so you have to distribute that heat to the wellbore. What's very interesting is that most gauges that are long-term application use a very long battery pack, maybe 25 feet long. But Wimo substitutes this 1 foot long thermal management system for a 20 to 25 foot long battery pack. Quite counterintuitive as to how the thing would work. Here's a picture of the tool being held by a person that's very small, only 30 inches long. Here's a picture of the surface system, all decorated up for Christmas. Doesn't that look nice? So what is the big deal about Wimo? The wireless capability enables you to use it in existing wells. You can replace failed PDGs, permanent downhole gauges, and you get longer-term monitoring compared to memory gauges. So it really fills a gap between permanent downhole gauges, which have to be installed at completion and can fail, versus memory gauges, which are relatively short-term, and you don't even know if you're recording the data accurately or not. So downhole flow rate measurement enables more accurate pressure transient analysis without shut-in. Only drawdowns needed. That's a big deal. You can do PTA, better PTA without shut-in. That's a big deal. Future versions of the Wimo tool will also include water cut, but that capability is not even needed to understand all the trends for PTA, and I have some papers about that I can share. So what is needed? All we need are more field trials and a test with PTA where we're measuring both surface and downhole rates so that we can compare the analysis in the two scenarios. So, downhole pressure and downhole flow rate will become the preferred way to perform pressure transient analysis and rate transient analysis in the future. So the big deal about Wimo is that downhole flow rate gives you more accurate PTA analysis, better reservoir characterization without shutting in the well. Only drawdowns are needed. And that's the end of my presentation. Just remember, in order to become truly digital, you need live well data. And downhole flow rate makes all the difference as far as PTA is concerned. And with that, I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you very much.